Hi, my name's Gary Armstrong. In this video we're going to talk about the Spintric air oil separator. So right now we make two versions for race cars. This is our original standard version of the Spintric. And what the Spintric is it separates the air from the oil after the scavenge out of the dry sump pump. And it does that by allowing the air and the oil to separate internally, so you can put it any position in line on the way back to the tank. And air and oil will go in here. It separates the air from the oil with centripetal force internally, and the oil will come out here and air will come out here. It's never 100% air coming out. There is some particles of oil, so we use what's called a deflector fitting that goes in the tank. So you connect the air outlet to a deflector fitting, and it's another little miniature air oil separator. So this is the air gap inside the tank here. So that's where we want to put the air back into where the air belongs. We put the oil back into where the oil belongs, and that just is one less separation that it has to try to do in the tank. You have to remember that in a racing engine, say a Corvette, for example, at speed we're exhausting a tank this size about every 35 to 40 seconds. So to try to figure that your tank is actually separating air from oil is pretty ludicrous, because it's just not physically enough time. So internally on the Spintric, we can do it in such a way that once the air is separated from the oil, it can't go back. So every particle possible will get separated and again put into the air gap or put into the oil storage. So it works awesome. Also, you can locate this anywhere in line that you need to. Say your pump is here and you have the Spintric mounted on the firewall on the way back to the tank. You can position it as close to the tank as you can, and then go. If the tank happens to be in the trunk, it doesn't matter where you put the Spintric, it's always going to do the same thing. And again, once the air is separated from the oil, it can't go back. So even if your lines are 3 feet long or something like that, it doesn't matter. So keep in mind on your Spintric that we make different manifold sizes, and the 90-degree manifolds that we make in 10, -12, and -16, and they can go on either end depending on your plumbing configuration. We also make them so that you can go straight in and straight out, and we also make a -20 for the NASCAR buddies, which is a huge fitting, all using silicone O-rings, and that can upgrade it to a -20. Now the air outlet generally is a -12, whereas you can vary your oil outlets from whatever size your scavenge return is. It's all based on that. And then if you get a Spintric, you will get instructions with it, which are important to read, and it shows how the plumbing goes. And then we have another schematic here which will show you in more detail how it works. So be sure to keep those and don't lose them. Now this is a new version of the Spintric that we have 7 patents total on the Spintric, and this is, I call the axial flow, which means that the oil actually comes in through the bottom center, or it can be mounted this way. But instead of going in on the side, it comes into the center, does the same thing internally, and the oil goes out here and air goes out there. But one of the reasons for doing that is we can now mount the Spintric right onto the side of the dry sump tank and incorporate it as one piece. And we weld this bracket onto the side of the tank, or we can sell you the bracket and you can mount it yourself. At the PRI show this year, we're going to be introducing another version of this. So if you can make it to the PRI show, you'll get to see our newest dry sump tank Spintric combination. Okay, so I want to thank you for watching our videos, and this is going to be an ongoing series to explain better the dry sump system and all the other components that go with it. If you have any other questions, you can visit us at www.drysump.com and Spintric, SPINTRIC.com to learn more, and shoot us an email. Thank you very much.